Today, we're going to take the books that we made in part 1 and combine them together to make a book that has more pages and more colors. You will need some construction paper, a glue stick, a pair of scissors, something to write with, and some rubber bands. Start with any color paper, and you're going to follow the same steps that we did in part 1. Fold the long sides of your paper together. Create a nice crease. I like to use my fingernail for this, but you can also use the side of a glue stick or a marker or even your scissors. Open it back up and fold the short sides of the paper together. Using the side of your glue stick helps create a really sharp crease, and that makes your book look even better in the end. Then we do our banana fold, peeling back one side of the paper, lining up the corners, and making a nice sharp fold. Then flipping our entire paper over, peeling back the other side, lining up those corners, and making a nice sharp fold. Now we want to see that W shape, and some people think of this as the shape of a bird with wings. And this helps you to remember that we don't want to cut the wings. If we cut the wings, the whole book will fall apart. So we're only cutting that center crease, and we're stopping right when we get to the wings. Cutting along that line very carefully, taking our time here, and we stop right there, right as the wings begin. Pulling the two sides of the paper apart. The piece of paper in your left hand, that is going to be your front cover. So you can fold the other one back and behind, and you have your book. So now I'm going to make a few more mini books just like that. And I'm going to speed through it because this is review for you. And every time I make a mini book, I'm just going to wrap it up in this little rubber band to help them stay flat. And I'm going to meet you on the other side when I'm done with all 5. I made 5 of my little mini books. Okay, so here we go. I'm finishing up number 5. And now I have 5 mini books, and I'm going to show you how to attach them. So let's start by arranging our books in the color order that we want them to be in. Once you are happy with the color order, you're going to make sure that all of the spines of the book are facing to the left. So this is the spine, it's the folded side of the book. I'm going to just quickly check that each book has its spine facing to the left. And once you have checked, now it's time to cut a small triangle out of the top and the bottom of each spine. So you're just going to snip off the tip of each spine at the top and the bottom. And I'm using the back of my scissors because that's the strongest part. So when you're trying to cut through lots of pieces of paper at the same time, it's better not to use the tip of the scissors, but if you use the back of the scissors, you can usually cut through more pieces at once. So just cutting a tiny little piece, and you should have a lot of confetti on your table at this point. That's okay. And now we're going to start attaching pages. So I'm pinching together the last page of one book with the first page of the next book. And I'm going to take my rubber band and wrap it around those 2 pages And then the rubber band should fit into those little triangles that you just cut. And I'm going to do this one at a time, taking the last page and bringing it to the first page of the next book, pinching those together, and wrapping them together with my rubber band. Sometimes it helps to have a buddy pinch the pages while you wrap them with the rubber band, because it can be a little tricky to do it by yourself. Take the last page and the first page, pinch it together, and you can do this as many times as you want. If you want to experiment and see how big you can make your book, go for it. Your own imagination is your only limit, so see what you can do and experiment and see how big you can get your book to be. So I used 5 mini booklets to create my finished book. I really love it. I'm excited to draw in it and maybe add some writing to it and some beautiful decorations. And now it's your turn, and I can't wait to see what you guys create.